Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another Daily Destiny with Jessie B. I am Jessie Christensen, and happy Monday. Hope you guys had a great weekend, whatever you guys decided to do. And this morning, I want to start by asking you more of a personal question. Have you ever found yourself in an uncomfortable situation, and instead of asking God for help, you find yourself praying, I got myself into this, I will get myself out of this. And I don't know about you, but sometimes I find it hard to pray for things that I agreed to, that I went along with, that I selected to be a part of. Almost like I made my bed, now I'll lie in it mindset. So this morning I want to share with you a powerful truth from the story about Peter walking on water to bring you some encouragement through those self-inflicted situations that we find ourselves in. So you might be familiar with it, with the story of Peter walking on water, but I'll give you some background. And so this is found in Matthew, and after the miracle of Jesus feeding 5,000, Jesus told his disciples to get on a boat and head to the other side, and he would meet them there. And so during the night, Jesus was walking. So the disciples are in the boat, in the water, and Jesus started walking towards them, and the disciples got scared. And it says that Jesus immediately said to them, "Take courage, it is I, do not be afraid." And Peter replied, "Lord, if it's you, tell me to come to you on the water." And Jesus said, "Come." And then Peter got down out of the boat, walked on water, and came towards Jesus. But when Peter saw the wind, he was afraid and began to sink and cried out, "Lord, save me." And then it goes on to say, immediately Jesus reached out his hand and caught him, and then said, "You of little faith, why did you doubt me?" So we can read this over and over and miss the most important truth in this story. So we can read this and know Peter began to sink, and we could picture Jesus scolding Peter and then finally extending his hand begrudgingly and pulling him back in the boat. Or we can read this and maybe imagine ourselves telling Jesus, "I know, Jesus, I'll try harder next time. I'll focus more next time. I promise next time I'll be better." And we could find ourselves maybe full of shame and guilt telling Jesus that I'll try harder next time. But what if we have it all wrong? And what if we twist these sacred words to try to tell our perspective of the story? And so listen again to this verse that says, immediately Jesus reached out his hand and caught him and said, "You of little faith, why do you doubt me?" And so immediately means without delay, without lapse of time, and instantly. So before Jesus even said a word to Peter, he immediately rescued him first. So the rescue comes first. So when Peter wavered in his faith, Jesus reached out his hand before saying a single word. So when we falter in our faith, we can live our lives bracing ourselves to be scolded, to endure the disappointment, and then wait for shame of the hand to rescue us. But here is the truth. What if it's not scolding at all? What if there's no shame, no condemnation, no guilt to be found? So one of my favorite authors, Shauna Newquist, said this. She said, "What if it's more of a post-game analysis?" And so for those athletes that are watching, you know that after a game, you always have this post-game analysis with your coach. What can you do better? What happened? And so what if it's more of a post-game analysis, like Jesus saying, "Hey, pal, what happened out there? How can we work together to build your faith?" So if you are in a situation like Peter, I just want to encourage you today to grab the hand that was immediately extended to you. Be rescued and receive his grace. And also remember, the rescue always comes first. He will always extend his hand immediately out to you to rescue you without shame and without guilt. And then he'll remind you that your failure doesn't rattle him, your limitations don't bother him, and together he will lead you into his grace. So I hope that encouraged some of you guys today. Thanks for joining me. Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Damon. Hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Great Valentine's Day tomorrow, whatever you guys are doing. And I will see you guys on Wednesday. All right, bye-bye.